a much shorter one because it's only 2 films. We enter a period. I think this is what, about 3-4 years later.
It's the late 80s.
Late 80s, yeah. The Cold War had
nearly ended.
People probably thought James Bond was irrelevant. So they decided to get rid of Roger Moore and his whimsical, disastrous style. Replace him with a tough, serious actor.
Intense Timothy Dalton.
Timothy Dalton.
I returned to a more serious Bond.
Yep.
Timothy Dalton very intentionally tried to return to the book.
Yep.
James Bond. More intense, darker, brooding, more serious.
Yes.
This Bond wasn't going to joke around.
No, he wasn't going to kill a man and then make a terrible quip.
Nor was he going to dress up as a crocodile and sneak into an island full of sex-crazed women.
No.
No, this Bond was serious.
He was
dark.
A serious, dark character. And he appeared in 2 films. The Living Daylights. Is this Duran Duran as well?
No, it's Aha.
That's it. Oh, the living daylights. Why is the song though so out of touch with the film?
Yeah.
It feels like they never even watched the film. Yeah, it's so funny.
Daylights. And then his final one, License to Kill.
They're pretty similar films. We might as well tackle them at one.
Yeah, well, we'll start with Living Daylights.
Yeah.
So Living Daylights is a return to kind of a more cold, kind of more dark spy thriller of like
Yep.
For Russia with Love.
Yep.
This is the one where but let me think now.
I remember the plot of this is like he's assigned to protect the cello player.
Yes.
And then
because she wants to defect.
She wants to defect. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
She wants to defect. He's assigned to rescue her. People try and kill her, and then that's basically the film.
Yeah. And somehow Bond ends up in Afghanistan.
Yes. I remember there's a really weird bit in this where a sniper shoots doors, and then it comes in and puts the guy in half. Do you remember this?
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I actually really like Timothy Dalton as Bond.
I love Timothy Dalton as Bond.
I think he's a great Bond.
He's my second favourite Bond. After Sean Connery, Timothy Dalton's my second favourite. I think he gives it's a really good performance. When I read the books of James Bond, Timothy Dalton's the one I picture.
Yeah.
Or at least the closest approximation to my imagination of James Bond. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
You know, there's some great moments. I love the scene where Bond takes the girl to like a fairground and like one of the agents is shot and he's angry, he's pissed off. He's like, he like pops this balloon.
Yeah.
They're full of great moments. Some of the action scenes are really good.
Yeah.
The opening pre-credit title sequence is really good, where they're kind of parachuting into Gibraltar and they land on top of a truck. It's more like rough and ready, like practical effects. And Timothy Dalton actually did his own stunts. Almost, I'll probably say this at the end, but Timothy Dalton's Bond films were probably ahead of the time.
Yep.
They almost predict the Daniel Craig era. But no, Living Daylights I think is genuinely quite a good little film.
I think it's really good.
Yeah, it's got some great moments. The car chase is good. It's Return of the Aston Martin. It's got like rockets on it, and the final action sequences are really good. It's like a 7 out of 10 film. Yeah,
really good. I really like the next one actually.
I love License to Kill.
This famous wasn't it at the time for getting a 15?
Yes.
I don't know. It's not a 15 now. It's still a 15.
And this has got additional cuts as well. This has got more scenes in it. There's some cuts originally.
Yeah.
This is License to Kill was the one that nearly killed the franchise at the time. It underperformed. People were seeing it as because like with the Moore ones, a certain generation group of the Moore films, and they wanted to take their kids to like the next generation of Bond films, obviously a bit more dark and serious, and a lot of those fans complained that he wasn't like Roger Moore.
Yeah.
But in retrospect and time, people have started to see License to Kill as perhaps being one of the best.
I think it'd be in my top 5.
Yeah, same for me, yeah. License to Kill is genuinely really good.
It's like, if you consider it and all in its place in history and all, this is I think this is the one with no Cold War references, because it is just it's a personal film where, am I correct in thinking Felix Leiter gets fed to crocodiles?
It's got the drug lord guy, Sanchez.
Sanchez, yeah.
And Felix Leiter's basically zeroing on his cocaine operation.
Yeah.
With a very young Benicio del Toro as the henchman.
Yep.
And as like a sign of this drug dealer's power, he kills his newlywed wife, and Felix Leiter has his legs bitten off.
Yep.
And Bond goes on a personal mission of vengeance to hunt down Sanchez. And he basically gets expelled from MI5. The film was originally called License Revoked.
Yeah. It's not very dramatic, is it?
No. And plus, the marketing people feared that Americans wouldn't know what revoked meant. So that's the actual story. Yeah. So we changed it to License to Kill, which I think is a bit better.
Yeah.
It makes references to Ernest Hemingway. Because there's a scene when M strips Bond of his License to Kill status, and they actually filmed it at the house where Ernest Hemingway used to live.
Really?
And Bond says, "So it's a farewell to arms." And Bond's on the run.
Yeah.
And it's a very un-James Bond film, because what he does is he actually becomes friends with Sanchez. He infiltrates his operations. It's a little bit like Yojimbo, the Akira Kurosawa film.
Yeah.
Where Yojimbo basically plays both sides off against each other. Bond's almost doing that. Bond's almost destroying Sanchez's operations from the inside. It's got one of the all-time best James Bond action sequences with the oil tankers at the end. Yeah. Which is phenomenal. It's so well shot, so well done, so clever. It just feels like a breath of fresh air. I just can't. It's a huge shame, I think, that he wasn't able to make more.
Yeah.
So it predicts the Daniel Craig era.
Yep.
Way ahead of its time. The only thing that there's some problems with the film. But overall, I think it's a really great film.
I really like License to Kill.
Yeah, no, it's a really good one overall.
Yeah, if we look back at Timothy Dalton, I think really underappreciated.
I completely agree. I think people are starting to rediscover him now.
Yeah.
Thanks to the Daniel Craig stuff, because he is more darker and more serious. But almost he almost was too ahead of his time.
Yeah.
Timothy Dalton. But honestly, there's so much to recommend. License to Kill.
Yeah.
I think the main villain's great.
I would just say it's a great action film.
Yeah.
Much more in a realistic vein as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Real good film. Join us for next time when we discuss the weird Pierce Brosnan years.
Oh yeah, Pierce Brosnan era.
I think.
We'll get to it.
Well, we'll see, but
get to it.
There'll be some mixed opinions, I believe.